Hey there, this is Michelle Goldstein, and you're at Heart Alchemy Yoga on YouTube. Please subscribe to Heart Alchemy Yoga, and please like, share, and comment on the videos. It helps us out loads to spread the word, and we also love hearing from you. This video today is a beginner's yoga practice. This is in honor of my niece, Hannah, who put in a special request for a beginner's yoga class. She's been doing these practices from the channel with her friends via Skype, which is awesome. And she just started college. Well, she's starting in a few weeks. So this one is for you, girly. I love you. Let's get started. This is great for anybody. If you've never done yoga before, I admire your courage and your willingness to try something new. FYI, some of the postures are a bit uncomfortable or can be. It does take strength, and it does, you're going to cultivate the strength. You're going to cultivate the flexibility. They don't come like after one practice, typically. It takes a while. I just want to manage expectations. However, it's well worth the effort, and your strength for showing up and your flexibility in trying something new is far and away the most important strength or flexibility that you'll ever cultivate. All right, so let's get started in what we call child's pose. The knees separate, the toes come together, and you sit your bottom back on your heels. Now, if your bottom doesn't touch your heels, very common, especially if you've never done yoga before, then that's okay. You could take a blanket and put it behind your knees, or you can tuck the toes under if that's more comfortable for you. Rest your forehead down on the ground. Arms in front of you, elbows softly bent. And in yoga, the entire practice is built around the breath. And so what we practice with yoga is mindful breathing, as well as we smooth the breathing out and slow the breath down. So begin to breathe through your nose. And smooth out your breath. So if somebody were to listen to you breathing right now, they would naturally assume that you were in a calm mindset. Right, so the breath isn't choppy or erratic. It's smooth and deep. Good, and then you'll come up to your hands and your knees. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We'll move through some cats and cows. Maybe you've done these before. On an inhale, drop your belly down and arch your back to a back bend. And then as you exhale, round in through your spine, tuck your chin into your chest. On an inhale, drop the belly down, pull the heart forward, arch your back. As you exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin in, and feel a nice stretch in the upper back, maybe the lower back too. A few more times, linking the breath with the movement. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round in through your spine. One more time. Inhale, arch your back. Exhale, round in. Beautiful. Now come to a neutral spine, a flat back. And we're going to come into downward facing dog pose, is what it's called. The hands can turn out just slightly, and do be mindful that the wrists, they're either straight, like aligned with the front edge of your mat are turned out a little bit. The fingers are spread and the hands are not too close together. So you want the hands at least shoulders width apart. If your shoulders are tight, maybe a little bit wider. Okay, when I say turned out, I don't mean like this. Okay, so just slightly. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up. Make sure that the feet are parallel. So you can even separate the feet a little wider if your hamstrings are tight. And then find a stretch in the upper back. Now your heels may be up really high. I've been doing yoga for 20 years every single day, so I'll tell you that my hamstrings are more open. But when I started yoga, they weren't. And my upper body wasn't strong. In fact, I wasn't strong, flexible, coordinated, or any of that. So it does take time, but it's well worth it. See if you can push up out of your shoulders and take one more breath here. Good, and then set your knees down on your mat. Sit back on your heels. Child's pose, rest your forehead down. Good, okay, let's come up again. Hands and knees first. Tuck the toes. Push up and back to downward facing dog. Feet parallel. Activate the upper back so that you feel a stretch big time. I know it's a lot of strength too. See if you can hug the belly in a little bit. Lengthen through your spine. Breathe. And the knees back down. Sit back on your heels. I'm a proponent of moving in, not staying too long, but doing a couple sets. This is how you will build the stamina as well as the strength and the range of motion. Okay, come on up one more time. Toes tuck, hips lift, push the floor away from you. Good. And then from here, you'll step your right foot up to the front of your mat. You can scoot the right foot up with your hand if you need to. I know that that can be challenging at first. And then you'll lower your left knee to the mat. If your knees are at all sensitive, you can pad up your left knee by putting a blanket underneath it. Now walk your hands up onto your right thigh. Reach the arms up if you can. Now, if this is stress or strain on your shoulders, you can bend the elbows a little bit like goalposts. Otherwise, reach the arms up, lift the belly in, breathe. Good. And then release the hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes if they're not already, and lift that left knee up. Lift the left knee up and be in a runner's lunge. Now just be mindful that you're not rounding in or hunching over. Get the length of the spine. Feel the right hip hug into center so you're not collapsing out to the side. Good, and then step the left foot up to meet the right foot at the front of your mat. On an inhale, take your hands onto your shins gently. Lengthen the spine forward. Get the length. And then fold forward to any degree on the exhale. Good. On an inhale, you're going to come all the way up to stand. Firm the belly to support your spine. Reach the arms up. And palms connect in front of the heart on the exhale. Good. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, fold forward. On an inhale, hands come to the shins. Lengthen the spine so that you're almost at a 45-degree angle here. And then as you exhale, plant the hands down to your mat. Step back to downward facing dog pose. Good. And then from here, you'll set your knees back down on the mat. Shift your body weight a little forward and lower all the way down to the ground. Good. Release your toes so that the tops of your feet are on your mat. Turn the heels out a little bit, toes in. The elbows Hug in by the rib cage as we come up into cobra pose. So on an inhale, press your chest up a little bit. And then as you exhale, lower back down. Good. Inhale, press your chest up. Exhale, lower down. Doesn't have to be very high. It can be just a little bit. One more time. Inhale, press up. And then exhale back to child's pose. Use your belly to assist you in your transitions. Good. Downward facing dog. Deep breath. Good, beautiful. Now from here, you'll step your left foot up to the front of your mat. Assist the foot up if you need. Lower the right knee. Both hands climb up onto the left thigh for a moment. Good, still breathing. Arms reach up. Be mindful that you've engaged your low abdominal. So you want to lift the belly up out of your hip crease. Shoulders soft. Soften your gaze so that your eyes are gentle. Breathe deeply. It's all about the breath. Smooth and steady. Good. And then hands down to the ground. Beyond the fingertips, you can also take blocks, yoga blocks under your hands. If you've never done yoga before, you probably don't have any, but if you do, you can use them. Tuck the back toes, lift that right knee, and be in a runner's lunge here. So the left knee is at a 90-degree angle, and the right leg is as straight as you can get. Lengthen your spine, including your neck. Shoulders slide away from the ears. Good. And step the right foot up to the front of your mat. Feet about hips width apart and parallel the feet. Be mindful that your toes don't turn out. On an inhale, hands on shins. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, fold forward. As you inhale, belly in. Rise all the way up to stand up. And as you exhale, palms connect in front of the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale, hands on shins, lengthen. As you exhale, fold in. Good. Linking the breath and movement. Inhale, rise up to stand up. And exhale, the palms meet at the heart. Good. Okay, from here, we'll take a wide step on the mat. Wide enough that you can get your heels a bit wider than your shoulders. When you take your arms out, ideally, so that the wrists and the heels are about aligned, approximately. Okay, from here, you'll turn your right foot out so that it aligns with the right edge of your yoga mat. So we don't want the toes turned in or turned out. We want the right foot to be straight. Arms up, bend your right knee. This one's called Warrior Two pose. Bend the right knee and be mindful that the right knee tracks over the right middle toe. So it's not collapsing in, it's not opening too wide. Right? Take a couple of breaths here. Back leg, left leg straight. Soften your shoulders. Deep breath. Good. Stretch the right leg straight. Release the arms down. Turn the right foot in. Left foot turns out. Same thing. Align your foot with the left edge of your yoga mat. Bend the left knee. Left knee aligns with the left middle toe. Warrior Two pose. Deep breath. Shoulders soft. You can put a little kindness in your eyes. Beautiful. And then left leg straight. Lower the arms. Parallel the feet. Good. Let's bring the feet together for a moment. Shake out your legs. Okay, and then we'll separate the legs again. Same setup with the legs, same width. Turn the right foot out, arms out to your sides. Bend the right knee. This time, right elbow to the right thigh. Left arm reach over the left ear for a side stretch. This is called side angle pose. Take a couple of deep breaths. Feel the right hip hug in so you're not sticking your butt out behind you. Hug the right hip in and be mindful that that right knee and the right middle toe are pointed straight forward to the front edge of your mat. One more breath. Good. Come up. Turn the right foot in. Left foot turns out. Bend the left knee. So we start from warrior two, left elbow to the left thigh, right arm reach over the right ear. This is a dynamic pose, lots of side stretch here. Make sure that right leg is engaged firmly. Shoulders slide down the back so you have space around your neck. Breathe. Good, and then come up. Parallel the feet. Okay, from here, we're going to take a standing forward bend, which for some of you will be easy, and some of you it might be a lot more challenging. You can take something to prop your hands up. This is where yoga blocks can come in really handy. You can pick them up online for probably $10 each. They're not expensive. There's loads of places to get them, and you don't need anything special. Fold forward. And then from here in your forward fold, if you've got your hands on blocks because you can't reach the floor, that's fine. If you do reach the floor, which is actually pretty rare in beginners, then great, grab the floor. But grab something. You could also grab onto your legs, but just be sure that you're not putting any pressure or any weight on your kneecap if you do that. Relax your neck. Relax your neck and deepen your breath. Good, and then come on up. Bring the feet together. And we'll do one last bit of standing balance before we hit the floor again. This one's called tree pose. You stand on your right leg. Okay, one of the keys to balance, by the way, is to look at something A that's not moving, and B, ideally something that's kind of close to you. Another suggestion is try not to look at a white wall. It's very hard. It's still almost impossible for me to balance staring at a white wall. You can start with your left toes on the floor. The left knee will rotate outward. It's really not even the knee. It's the whole left hip, the whole left leg. So you can start here and bring your palms together in front of your heart. And if you want to add more, you can maybe take that left foot up to the right thigh and play with that for balance. And if you've got the range of motion and your balance feels pretty steady today, you can take that left foot up to the right thigh. Again, no pressure on that knee joint, please, on the right knee joint. Palms together in front of your heart. A couple of very deep breaths. And be prepared to wobble a little bit, or even fall. If you fall, you just get back in. If you wobble, this is part of just being human and falling. Everyone falls, not everyone gets back up. So get yourself back up. Try again. And then release. And we'll switch sides. So you can start with the toes on the floor if that's helpful to you. And then eventually you'll take that right foot up to the left calf. And then maybe if it feels good to you, you can take the right foot up onto the left thigh. Palms together in front of your heart. Just FYI, it's not supposed to be a certain way, okay? It never is. Aside from the way that fits your body, Okay, so let's just say that the specific way that it's supposed to be is the way that fits your body perfectly. The way that allows you to breathe most deeply. Relax your jaw, relax your gaze. Good. And then release. We'll come back to the front of the mat, feet parallel, palms together. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, hands on shins, lengthen the spine. And exhale, step back one last time, downward facing dog pose. Good, and then from here, you'll set your knees down on your mat. Cross your ankles behind you, sit back onto your bottom. Stretch the right leg straight in front of you, left knee bends out to the side. Now, if your hamstrings are on the tighter side, you might want something to put around your right foot, like a strap, a yoga strap, or a towel works fine. You can also grab your right leg. If you can easily grab your right foot, you can do that. Relax your head. Deepen your breath. Get space around your neck. Good. Okay, come on up. We're doing intentionally shorter holds. Left leg straight. Right knee bends out to the side. Fold forward. Grab what you can grab. Left side and right side are pretty much always going to be completely different. That's okay. We're here to be present with ourselves, present in our bodies, breathing. Relax your neck. Good, and then come on up. And from here, you'll bend your knees, feet on the floor. Lie all the way down onto your back, please. Lie down onto your back and just take a moment here and notice how you feel. We want the feet just close enough to your hips that you can touch them with your hands. Okay, and then from here, we'll bend the elbows with the fingertips pointing upward. So point your fingertips upward, elbows bent, elbows on the floor. From here, you'll roll the hips up, roll the spine up off the floor, walk the shoulder blades together under your back, and continue to press elbows and upper arms down, heart up. The feet press down, especially the inner edges, the big toe side of your foot. Press it down. Lift the chest up more. Breathing. Good. And then unroll the shoulders. Come back down onto your back. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Beautiful. Now, right ankle cross over the left thigh. One more stretch here, you guys. Lift the left foot up off the floor. Right hand goes through this triangle between your legs. And you grab the outside of your left leg, your hamstrings on your left leg with your right hand and also with your left hand. Flex the feet, both of them, to protect your knee joints. And gently draw your legs in toward you, even if it doesn't feel like it's very far. The idea is to get a good stretch in your right piriformis muscle, which is in the right hip. If you have a challenging time getting your head to the floor without straining your neck a lot or the upper back, then take a pillow or a yoga block or something under your head for support to support your neck. Deep breath through your nose, right? Good, and then you'll release and switch sides. Left ankle cross over the right thigh, lift the legs up, grab the outside of your right hamstring with your right hand. The left hand goes through this triangle between your legs. Flex the feet and feel the shoulders sink down toward the ground. Breathe deeply. And see if you can slow the breath down. Smooth out the breath. Good. All right, release here. Stretch the arms and the legs straight to the floor. The final resting pose in yoga is essential to the practice. It's called Shavasana, and you simply lie on your back with your arms and your legs straight, your eyes closed. And the sole purpose of this is to relax deeply and allow your body to integrate the benefits of the work that you just did. Now begin to move your arms and your legs, your fingers and your toes. Give your body a stretch. Bend your knees and roll onto your side. And press yourself up to sit. Sit however feels comfortable to you. Allow your eyes to close for a moment if that feels okay. Do a scan of your body using your mind. And notice how you feel. Good, and then bring your palms together in front of your heart. And take a moment to acknowledge your efforts. And thank yourself. And thank your body for its work. In yoga, we say namaste. Namaste means the light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. This is Michelle Goldstein, and you are at Heart Alchemy Yoga on YouTube. Please subscribe to Heart Alchemy Yoga. We have several other beginners videos that you can check out. Just take a search. There's a playlist, so you can check them out. Please like, share, and comment on the videos. Let us know how it goes. And if you like, you can find us on Instagram, and you can find us on Facebook as well. Thanks so much, and here's to your practice.